My name is Eliza Victoria Simpson. I'm the daughter of John Edmund Goodridge Sr. and the daughter of Janetta Murray Goodridge. Okay, my parents, we have 9 children. We're 9 kids. 4 died and 5 living right now. My mother, father is John E. Murray Sr. and her mother is Justina Kida Murray is her mother, my grandmother. My grandfather, my father's side is Jimmy Goodridge, and my grandmother is Eliza Garnett, who I'm named after her, after my grandmother, my father's mother, Eliza Garnett. My father married Janetta Murray. She's a daughter of John E. Murray Sr. and Justina Murray, Justina Kida Murray. John E. Murray, he was a farmer. He planted a lot of fruits like oranges, plum in his yard. My grandmother, Justina Murray, she was a housewife, okay? We used to go and spend time with them sometimes, and we would just pick the oranges from the trees, the plum from the tree, and just eat. And they just he was a farmer, yeah. And his wife, Justina Murray, she was a housewife. She was a quiet person, okay? She died at a very young age from asthma. She suffered from asthma. So she died. I remember that one. When we visited her, we have to they would prepare the food, we sit at the table and have dinner or so, like that. But she was a very quiet person. She died, I think, in her early 60s or so like that. She died very young. I can remember that one too. So my grandfather, my grandmother died at the age, very young. Okay, my grandfather, Johnny Murray, we had to go and, my mother used to prepare food for him. Prepare his food very soft, his soup. We had to walk it down the road to him to take us to Monrovia. We pick up my mother and pick us up and take us to Monrovia to do our shopping. And he would take his own time driving to Monrovia, his own time. And people driving so fast, say, but the same place you're going, I will get there. I don't care how long it take me, I will get there. So they would pass on the road, blow horn. He takes his own time driving into the city, do his shopping, mother do her shopping, and bring her back home. My father, John Goodridge, he was a farmer. Okay, he has this sugarcane farm. When we were small, we had to come from school, but go on the farm and carry water on our heads to fill the drum, to still the liquor, to still whatever he had to still his liquor. We had to do that. And when he still his liquor, he had to bring it and go and sell it to Monrovia and sell it. He was a businessman. And for just my father, he was among all the brothers, he was the only one that was Baptist. Because his mother was Eliza Garnett, and she was living in Pennsylvania. So he was the only brother that was Baptist. All the other brothers were Methodist. He was the only one that was Baptist. So he joined the Baptist church. We are affiliated with the Baptist church, Zion Praise Baptist Church, where he was deacon at the church. He also he was a commissioner for Todi. And my father was very strict, okay? Like when we come from school, my brothers didn't have to carry go to the farm. If you're not ready to go to the farm, he was very strict. He would chastise you. He was very, very strict. And we got some good beating from him. I can remember when we were living in Crozierville on Lemongrass Street. Okay, it was a house opposite Bob Blake House, in a small little frame house. He moved us to Corner Town. On the farm, he built a house and moved us to Corner Town. We had to come from Corner Town to school every day, cross that the bridge, like a stick or something like that. Come to Conatown, the school, go back to Conatown. Until he built a house in Crozierville there, that house, was about 12 bedrooms house he built in Crozierville, that big house he built there, that he never finished. That's what came back to, to Crozierville. And at an early stage, I know I attended Albert Post School, teacher post school at kindergarten. I attended that school. From there, I came to Bob Blake had an underground. He had school underground. We used to go there for school too. We were transferred to Internet Technical Middle School. So after I graduated from the 8th grade, from that school, I was and I think our President told us that he said he should send us to race. And he sent Bill and I to Race Institute. And that's what we did for until I left got our high school degree. Race was a boarding school, it was a Baptist school. Yeah. It was nice, I still, until I graduated from high school. And I was in Liberia for about 2 years before I came to the United States, 1976. I came to the United States. After the Civil War, he was able to to get out of Liberia. He was in what you call Danale, somewhere, I think somewhere in Ghana, wherever he was. He was there, and he was sick. He was sick. Okay, he was there in Danale, and he was sick. And we fought so hard to get him over to the States. We fought. I had my papers and like that. I fought to get him to the States. He finally came to the States, to America, and he came to the States. When he came, I had traveled that time. I think Bill came and picked it up. But when I saw my father, he was so small. He was so skinny. Later on, we found out he had cancer. He had prostate cancer. We found out that, and he was here for a couple of years. I had mom with me in New York, so he was with Bill in prostate cancer, and he was sick for a couple of years until he finally took his exit. Mother, Janetta Murray Goodridge. She was a hard-working woman. My father had the farm, but she has to prepare the food for the workers on the farm. She will cook that food, or there's someone she has to go to the farm to come back home, or wet and things like that. From walking, there's no car. You have to go to the farm, kind of walk back home, from the farm home and also like that. But she always prepared the food for the workers on the farm and send it, to them to eat. And when he came to get the farm, she would go on the farm also too. My mother, she was a quiet person, always careful, for her children. Okay. And she was just, until she came to the States, she came to the States one time to visit, and she went back. And when the Civil War happened, we were able to get her back to the States, and that's when she came until she died, 2015, when she took her exit. Yeah. My mother took care of her grandchildren. Okay, she makes sure that they eat their food. She will feed them when they open open their mouths. She will fold that spoon up so much to make sure it got something in their stomach. She will make sure she does that. She took care of them. She was very make sure she was so strict on them too. And what else? My mother, she was living with me. She had a saying. Oh, I don't know if you understand that when she say when she say Fede Leki, you can say Mendeloy. If you say Mendeloy, that means you didn't hear her. But I don't know what she got. I don't know what the meaning of that thing. Fede Leki, they just say Mendeloy. I don't know what that means, but it was a saying all the time. That's just her joke. But she was even when you were young, she was a hard when I do the clothes, while I do the laundry, she would go downstairs, get those clothes from downstairs, bring it upstairs, fold every bit. After dinner, she would do the dishes or the sink. She would wash everything up, dry it, and put them away. My mother, yeah, she was very can't hide a person and always liked to work, yeah, until she got sick. My father spoke, I mean, he wasn't a Pele, but he working along with the people on the farm. He learned how to speak Pele. He spoke Pele, and my mother did too. So at least I know one or two words. If he said that, I will understand what he's saying. Like, Bill speak more better than me. Bill understand, he speak more better than me. Yeah. When we were in Crozierville, my father, every Sunday morning around 5 o'clock, we get up in the morning and have to have Sunday morning prayer around 5 in the morning. And you have to know a Bible first. You have to read the scripture and know a Bible first and know to sit on that Sunday morning. We get up Sunday morning and around 5 and have that Sunday morning prayer before going to church. Okay. My father and President Toba were friends. Okay, they all went to the same Baptist church. They had that relationship. Whenever he had anything at his house in Bensonville, at this house there, my father would make ginger beer. Some kind of punch they call. I call it ginger beer. You make some kind of punch, and you make that so many gallons of it and take it to Victoria Toba for the event. Yeah, they had a relationship. He made for my mother, Janetta Murray Goodridge. I learned about her cleanliness. I mean, that's me right now. She was very, very clean. Before you touch her, she had to wash her hands. If you do anything, she tell you, make sure you wash your hands before you fix my food and things like that. Even she had to eat, she makes sure she does that. Most of the time, when she was just sick, I had to prepare her for food for her. I just did her food and have it ready before I know how she like her food. And the age just to warm it up and give it to her. Because she makes sure her hands are clean. That's what I learned from her. And I think, yeah, my father, John Goodridge, he was part of the UBF. And when they had the meeting at, I think, above Blake's house, above AB house, and also we had to go to bed already, we can't be up. But we tried to sneak out to try to see what's going on. But he was part of that. I remember that one very well. We used to try to sneak out of listen to what was going on. At our house was so packed, but Blake house and but AB house, they all in that having the UBF meeting. I remember that one very, very well. I'm married to Joseph C. Simpson II. We've been married for 39 years. This year, 39 years. We have 3 kids. J.C. Joseph C. Simpson III, and Victoria Simpson, and Adrian C. Simpson. We have 3 kids. He also have 3 other kids too. Jovita Simpson, Melfo Simpson, and Kennel Simpson. We have been married for 39 years. He's currently the executive pastor for UCSC, United Christian Assembly Church, Brooklyn, New York. He's the executive pastor. And we've been with this church since 1983. We've been with this church. And he's a hardworking person, okay? I became a missionary in the church. And I work along with him. It's since 1976, July, I think 3rd or so, 1976, so it's this. Okay, I lived with Rose Lane for some time, Rose Lane, Goodridge, Big Rose Lane for some time. And I also lived with Jackie and Ivy. Okay, I attended Staten Island College, where I did my two-year degree, associate degree at Staten Island Community College. Then I transferred to Baruch College, where I did my bachelor in human resources. And I worked at Chase Manhattan Bank for about 4 years, about 4 years. I graduated from college. From there, I came to at Chase where I got the job with the city because of my kids. My kids were very small and young and things like that. So I left the bank, which I had a good job at the bank, Chase Manhattan Bank. Thank God for Ivy Zara Dan Cooper, who was instrumental in me getting that job at the bank. I was moving up to supervisor at the bank, but I don't know, something fell through or whatever. They brought somebody else. I had to train this man to do the job. So when the city called me for this position, I took the job because of my kids into account. At the bank, I was leaving work so late, 12 at night, getting home around 1 o'clock in the morning. At the end of the morning, I was like, I was afraid for my children. They were young. So I left the bank, came to the city because of my kids. And I worked with the city for 27 years until I retired. In I remember for Crozierville was Rosebud selling her rice bread, coming down the street, the fine rice bread, 25 cents. Our house, John Goodridge house, is still standing because of it. I have my brother Edwin, my mother last child, Edwin Goodridge. He lived there at the house right now. It still hasn't been completed yet. I don't know if it will get completed, but it still hasn't. But at least it's livable, you know. He can live there, you know, yeah. I went to Barbados on a cruise. It was my 30th wedding anniversary. My mother siblings were like George and George, but he was an entrepreneur. He had his shop. He had a store in Crozierville, not too far from us where we were living. He was married to Eliza Goodridge Murray. He was married to her. They had a store that that they had. I remember that one very well. And with him, when it's dinner time, he had when they cooked the food, he had all his kids around the table. They would sit at the table. I think it was lunchtime, dinner time. They would all be around that table to have dinner together. I remember that very well. And my uncle George E. Murray. And my other uncle, Joel Murray, Joel Murray, he used to make hats, those straw hats to sell. He did that. My uncle Edwin Murray, later they're all gone right now. He did communication. He works at VOA. Before he came to the States, I think that's why he worked at VOA. And my Joel Murray, Uncle Nathan Murray, he was a farmer. Emmanuel, I can't remember what he did, but I can't remember what he did, Emmanuel. Yeah. And Teresa, she's in Rhode Island. She worked in Maruba as one of those companies, one of those offices, and that's where she works. And then Teresa, before she came to the States. Yeah. Those days when I was in Liberia, public, going public, Uncle Jonathan public, everybody going public. I mean, we're not that, to say, okay, he come from work, he's tired like that. I was at the hospital, stopping at the Comfort and Public and working at the executive mansion. And I remember that I got a job as a cadet at the executive mansion. I got a job and I was working with Victoria Torba. I think I was getting $67.50 a month. But she knew I could sew. I also sew for Evelyn Torba. I made outfit for Evelyn Torba. Even I think Willie I made things for her too. I sew for her too. Even in also I did a wedding, the bridesmaid dresses I made. I can remember the style I made too for a bridal. It was a wedding. I did I did 5 bridesmaids. I made all their outfits. I used to sew. I used to make men's shirts too. I got shirt I made for my husband too. So so they came to the States. I made African shirt. I sewed the shirt. I made I tried making men pants, but I didn't go too much. I did it one time in Liberia, but I didn't continue it here. But I don't sew. I stopped sewing now. So the drips, the green drips, I made them. The green one, but the top part was I got that all yeah. I made the green drips. I made them.